Flat cards are a thing of the past, and we're bringing you full color, full dimension Wizard of Oz cards. Hey friends, it's Shari with Graphic 45, and today we're heading somewhere over the rainbow into the most magical land of handmade cards with our Wonder of Oz card kit. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create this triple Z fold card. I'm also going to walk you through what you're going to get in the card kit. I'm going to show you all the gorgeous pieces. I'm going to teach you some fun tips and tricks into card making and making your cards look polished and professional. And I'm also going to let you know how you can become a subscriber or just pick up this kit a la carte. You can do that, spoiler alert, on our website at g45papers.com or at your local G45 retailer. The Wonder of Oz card kit comes with step-by-step instructions, square card bases. These are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. You get 6 of those along with 6 envelopes, a resealable bag to store all your goodies in, and these 3 Wonder of Oz amazing products. So of course you're going to get the ephemera assortment. In here you're going to get 55 assorted die cut pieces, including sentiments perfect for your cards. These 2-sheet rub-on transfers, so much to work with here, and then 24 8x8 sheets. These are double-sided and fun and fabulous to work with. Card making is going to be easy breezy with this amazing card kit. You get all of the pieces you're going to need to create 6 different cards. Plus you're going to have leftovers left over so you can create tags and other fun gifts as well. All right, card makers, this triple Z fold card might look intimidating, but I promise you, once you know how to do these folds, it all comes together so brilliantly and easy that you're going to want to create all 6 of the cards in this card kit. Somewhere over the rainbow. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using the project sheet that comes in the kit, but of course, like this project sheet and all of our other ones, you can find this on our website at g45papers.com. Go up to inspiration, down to project sheets, and you'll find over 60 different printable project sheets. The first thing we want to do is grab our card bases. You, of course, if you're following along with your kit, you can just grab the card bases in your kit. If you are following along at home, these card bases are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to make this 10 1/2 by 5 1/4. And let's go ahead and do some scoring. We're going to score our first score at 2 5/8. And the second at 5 1/4. And if you're going to be creating all 6 of these, I find it easiest to do this step in a batch, so you'll just want to do that with all 6 of those. Now we're going to burnish on those creases. So I love using the side of my bone folder to do burnishing. I pull my fold down, and then in the middle, work your way out. At this point, your card base will look like this. Cut your field of poppies paper. We want one piece that's 2 1/2 by 5 1/8, and a second piece that's going to be 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. Adhere your big guy down on our right square here, and then we're going to take our rectangular piece and adhere it on the left. Make sure you're burnishing out any air pockets and getting it nice and smooth. You can see I've got some of my liquid oozing out, so I've got a damp paper towel here ready to go to do my cleanup. I love liquid glue. It gives me the wiggle room that I need while I'm creating, but I'd love to hear from you. What kind of adhesive do you use? let us know in the comments. Cut a piece of You Were There All Along that's 8 inches by 4 inches. And then we're gonna score this at 2 1/4. And again at 4 7/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And burnish on those score lines. Now it's time to adhere our first Z-fold piece. So I'm going to add adhesive to my largest section here. And then I'm going to adhere it onto my square on my right. And I want it to be 1 3/8 of an inch from the right hand side and centered between top and bottom. So I'm just going to keep it folded like so. I have my ruler where I want my edge to go, and then I'm just going to eyeball this centered from top and bottom. Like so, making sure everything's looking good. And now that I like my placement, I can go ahead and burnish this down. And then the next part's easy. Just go ahead and fold this down, hold it down into place. And then I can see I'm going to add adhesive where I'm going to be overlapping my red onto the blue Z-fold section. So I'm just going to grab this and eyeball it so I know I want to leave about 1 inch worth of space here where my finger is. So just leaving my finger in place, I'll add my adhesive. Like so, and go ahead, fold this down flat. Making sure you're not adhering anything down where it's not supposed to be. And I do have that nice dimensional fold now. I've got the B side of the Wonder of Oz paper. This has been cut to 8 inches by 2 3/4. And then we're going to do some more scoring. So we've got this. We're going to score it at 3 3/8. And again at 6 inches. Go ahead and crease on those score lines. Your folds should look like this, and you should have some nice crispy edges. I've added adhesive to the back of this 2-inch section here on the right, and I'm going to adhere it on my square here on the right. And I want this to be 7/8 of an inch from the edge. Adhere and burnish out any air pockets. Now we're going to do the same thing here that we did with our red layer, and just kind of grab this where you want the adhesive to stop. Just holding that in place, kind of flip that over, and I'm going to use that as my guide, kind of giving it a wide berth. I think some things may have moved in rotation, and then flip that back over, making sure everything's nice and folded down flat, and everything's still going to pop up like we like. Now we can go ahead, clean this up. Next, we are going to take our red gingham from the Patterns and Solids and cut this to 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. And then if you have the handy dandy paper trimmer where you can drop your blade, you're going to go ahead and cut a frame that's 3/4 of an inch all the way around. I left mine at the last craft night I went to, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do instead. So I'm just going to cut 3/4 inch strips, and I'm just going to trim off 1/8 of an inch from the side I'm cutting from. And so now I have this at 5 inches, and I can easily cut 3/4 inch strips. And I want 4 of those. So now I have my 4 3/4 inch strips. I'm going to add adhesive to the back of 2 of those and adhere them about equal distance from the top right and bottom with our first one. The second one, I'm going to do the same, but on the left-hand side. And the next two, I'm going to cut these. So I'm just going to put them on top of one another. And then I'm going to cut them at a 45-degree angle. So going down from this bottom corner here, just cut off a bit of an angle, and then I'll do the same here. So I have my two pieces now. I can flip them over. This gives us that beautiful mitered edge without any fuss. So now we have that great frame, and how easy peasy was that? All we have left to do is the fun part of decorating. So from our cut apart page, we've cut out this little note card, and it's going to go on the inside. I'm going to adhere this, just kind of mimicking my edges that we've got going on. So there's a nice little staggered row. And then from our ephemera assortment pieces, we have our Dorothy. We've got a great little somewhere over the rainbow sentiment, and our flowers. Just gonna make sure we're popping out any of these little extra bits. And our flower piece is gonna be the first thing that goes down. We're going to adhere it towards the bottom of our blue gingham and overlapping just a tiny bit onto our dark blue poppy paper. If you want to add some extra dimension, Dorothy would be a great way to pop this up. She's just going to straddle the edge of our red and blue, making sure she stays on the page. And then we want this to be a little bit off. So I'm going to add adhesive towards the bottom, leaving the top half of an inch free, and then that's going to go beautifully there, adding some great dimension. And now let's do a little bit of rub-ons on there. So we're going to put this on the back where we can write our sentiment. And the great thing about this card, as you can see, we are taking one theme and going with it. So we laid down that blue and red paper, and that's been mimicked through all the paper choices that we have created. We've got our Dorothy here, and of course, we're going to put our Dorothy on the back. That way, it's going to be a nice cohesive card all the way around. This tip also works beautifully with any paper crafting or any creative project. So it's kind of fun to find a theme and stick with it. It's a great design tip, and it makes decision fatigue go away where you've already made your decision with the red and blue theme, with the Dorothy, and then everything else falls into place. So once I have my rub-on on, let's go ahead and see if we got it all down. Voila. If you want to take things up to the next level, why don't you take those extra bits of scraps and decorate this envelope? Okay, friends, here is our finished triple Z-fold card. You can see it in all of its glory. You gotta love how these rub-ons really give this polished look, making your cards look extra special. So if you loved creating this card along with me, you're going to want to be sure to pick up this kit. It's now available on our website at g45papers.com or at your local G45 retailer. Just look at these layers, the movement, the dimension. This is the kind of card that somebody keeps forever. Just a couple of our favorite tips from this tutorial. Using a great glue adhesive is really going to make sure that your cards last the test of time. Of course, having a focal point also is a game changer. So having this magic sentiment here brings your eye in so you know what to look at, and it really makes it magical. And our last pro tip for this card tutorial is making those edges nice and crisp. So that's what's really gonna set apart your Z-fold cards or any kind of interactive card or paper crafting that you're doing. If there's a fold involved, make sure you use that bone folder to get it nice and crispy. Magic, best friends. Happiness is the best thing in the world. Never doubt your magic. Happiness is the best thing in the world. Everything you were looking for was right there with you all along. If you love getting happy mail from Graphic 45, consider becoming a card kit subscriber, where you're going to get a fabulous card kit like this one sent to you 8 times a year with all of our new paper collections. We also have an album kit that you can pick up along with each card kit that coordinates. You can become a subscriber to the album kit as well, or you can do a combo subscription where you get both of those card kit and the album kit sent directly to you in the mail every time they're available. Along with both of those subscriptions, you also get 10% off your future Graphic 45 purchases, and you're going to learn new techniques with us all year long. You can also cancel anytime, so no worries on that. All right, friends, thank you so much for crafting along with me today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload a new fun and fabulous video. And we'd love to see your projects, so go ahead and share those with us on Instagram by tagging Graphic 45. Thank you for joining us, and as always, happy paper crafting.